The Aeronautical Development Establishment is warming up to undertake a series of missions in the year 2021, leaving behind the uncertainties of a pandemic year that also saw minor setbacks. Aeronautical Development Establishment, which celebrated its 62nd raising day recently, has been given the mandate of developing variants of subsonic missiles and unmanned platforms. According to sources, Aeronautical Development Establishment scientists are now gearing up for the second test of the Nirbhay variant, the Indigenous Technology Cruise Missile. The Indigenous Technology Cruise Missile 02 with the small turbofan engine will undertake another flight trial in the next few months. The first mission of the Indigenous Technology Cruise Missile with small turbofan engine wasn't a complete success. Aeronautical Development Establishment is also poised to hand over the first full mission simulator for light combat aircraft TAHAs to the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force test pilots have been using the full mission simulator at Aeronautical Development Establishment facilities for some years now, and based on their feedback, Aeronautical Development Establishment made several upgrades to its systems. Sources said that the full mission simulator from Aeronautical Development Establishment requires minimum maintenance and offers long and realistic flight training options on the ground for squadron pilots. A new facility has been earmarked for housing full mission simulator systems, which is likely to be inaugurated this year. On the unmanned front, the scientists are burning the midnight oil to meet the IAF requirements for Rustom 2, TAPAS, the medium-altitude long-endurance, MALE, unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV. Rustom 2 has achieved 8-hour flight endurance at 22,000 feet, and efforts are now on to take the endurance closer to 24 hours at 30,000 feet, as per the user mandate. Last year, Rustom 2 had flown in the satellite communication (SATCOM) mode for the first time. It had also flown with the long-range electro-optical payload. Rustom 2 has already flown with a 250-kilometer line of sight, sources said. A proposal for a high-altitude long-endurance UAV is likely to be sent to the government this year, for which the engine will come from Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL. On ABHA's the high-speed expendable aerial target, sources said that the open and closed-loop trials have been completed. The transfer of technology for ABHA's is expected to happen this year. ABHA's can be launched from a zero-length launcher by two 68mm rockets and fly up to an altitude of 5 km at a speed of 180 mpsec. The platform has a maximum endurance of 45 minutes and weighs around 70 kilograms. This low-cost platform has modular construction, is easy to handle, is equipped with an autopilot and a simple launcher, and can be deployed in a decoy role as well. Armed roles for Rustom 1, R1, 2 are being looked at currently, and the scientists would begin testing new systems and payloads for the same this year. The Border Security Force, BSF, and the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, have shown interest in such systems. A DE was nominated to undertake work on India's ambitious and less talked about unmanned combat aerial vehicle, UCAV, last year. A small team of scientists has been working on a mini variant of the mission for the last year. The Stealth Wing Flying Testbed (SWIFT) UAV, which is the precursor technology demonstrator project of UCAV, will see some development flights this year. Interestingly, the name Ghatak given to the UCAV seems to have been dropped now. Sources confirm that UCAV is likely to become a flagship program for India, with the government completely banking on the capabilities promised by the DRDO top brass. The Cabinet Committee on Security (CCS) nod for the UCAV-2 is expected this year, based on the results of SWIFT. The Indian Navy too is keen on a deck-based UCAV, sources said. Armed roles for Rustom 1, R1, 2 are being looked at currently, and the scientists would begin testing new systems and payloads for the same this year. The Border Security Force, BSF, and the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, have shown interest in such systems.